Okay, so welcome to another Nature's Prophet guide, and today we're going to be doing something different as this is a live game from Dota Watch tab. And so you might have noticed that it's already 11 minutes in, so our main character here already finished his farming phase as he already has a Maelstrom and a power threats, and is farming towards a Mjolnir. And also the purpose of this game is to basically see what the current meta Nature's Prophet do, as it's a very popular hero, which is also one of the reasons why you're watching this video right now. Okay, so immediately you can see that with just a power chest and a Maelstrom, Nature's Prophet is already pretty much ready to go if you got someone to front line in the map for you. And in this case, it's actually a Night Stalker, so it actually kind of makes it a global strat. And so the rule is just pretty simple. All the Night Stalker have to do is just find someone in the map, stun them, and that's where the Nature's Prophet come in and whack whack whack. Okay, so as this is a ranked game, so his first death is actually pretty awkward as he's actually man fighting a Weaver under his tier 1 tower, and you can see that he's actually pinging for his teammate. But that is until a Space Cow comes in to secure the kill, but he eventually got a Weaver and a Bara with just his treads. Okay, so directly upon spawning, like I mentioned just now, you need someone to frontline in this game. So it's not only the Night Stalker, but it can also be the Bounty Hunter. As you can see, he actually made the Darkseer low enough, and to the point that all the enemy has to do is just come in and just start right-clicking the enemy. And you can see that immediately upon killing the Darkseer, he somehow managed to TP out without getting stunned from the Bara right-click. And at the same time, his Night Stalker also came in to start wiping the enemy. And so I would say that Nature's Prophet is actually a pretty chill hero, as if you play in your ranked games, you just have to farm and wait for your teammate to make a move. And for some of you that may complain that your teammate is kind of like passive, well, I guess you can just keep on farming then. Yeah, so and another reason of why Nature's Prophet is pretty good right now is because of the new map changes. So being a global hero actually kind of fits the criteria, as everyone is still getting used to trying to find the most efficient way to play the game. Like for example, he can always just TP in and swoop in for any wisdom rune that the enemy or even teammate might miss out on. And that also goes the same for any of the lotuses. And also right here is one of the most important objectives of the game, which comes to the 15 minute, which is actually the Tormentor. Yeah, so as per usual, the Tormentor give gold and also Aghanim Shard, which is pretty important, and it actually gave a huge boost for 15 minutes in compared to the usual 20 minutes Tormentors. And you can see that after he got a Tormentor, what do? He just sent his trains to push the top lane and just watch the map. And that is where you can see that his Disruptor is getting dived on when the Bara and Terrorblade was charging him. So all he had to do was just watch the map and just wait for the right timing to either just TB in and start hitting people. And so the important part here is to not go in first and always wait for your teammate to move in. And in this case, you only have to watch two heroes, which is either the Bounty Hunter or the Night Stalker. And if there is a scenario that they actually died and there's no one to go in, then you can see that the TP just now was actually pretty good, as he can continue farming bottom. Right, so right now you can see that his teammate is in a situation where they're behind a tier 2 tower and the whole family is there. So you can see that the moment Night Stalker died, it's time to back off a bit, but since Haska has the Aegis, there may be still a fighting chance if the enemy actually overextend. And so once again, 30 seconds pass by, it is now morning, and you can see that the dire side is being aggressive. And they actually committed on a Disruptor, which then you can see Haska actually dive in on Terrorblade, which is when you can see that this is the right timing for Nature's Prophet to actually just go in on the aggression, as Haska is already tanking the front lines. And from then onwards, he's just chasing a cow down the road. And so right now we're at this situation where no one in this map is showing except for the enemy Terrorblade, which probably means that it's actually a trap, but not until the Bara shows up at the bottom lane, which pretty much makes it a green light to start diving the towers and go crazy. And as per usual, Nature's Prophet formation is to pretty much go in last and deal the damage. And you can see that Haska actually went in and died and used his Aegis first, and this is where he just followed up with the Night Stalker, as he actually managed to silence the Weaver. And immediately after the Weaver is dead, he quickly analyzed the situation and make sure that his tank heroes, which in this case is the Night Stalker and the Huskar, is still alive, which means that he can still deal damage to them. And that is why in the long run you can see that they actually start chasing the enemy away as the enemy starts feeling the damage that is dealt upon them. And you can see how messy this team fight is, as the enemy Terrorblade can't even run away as a Bounty Hunter just swoop in and stun him, which actually makes it easy for his teammate to follow up on him. Okay, so this might be a little bit of a high level play over here, as you can see that they have vision of the enemy at the top lane, and his team is already at the middle lane trying to run towards them. And that is until he sees a Bara actually split pushing the bottom lane, and he knows that he is alone, so that's why he actually committed TP and started whacking on him. And so the Bara actually almost died, but you can see how quick decision making is important for this type of situation, as if he actually TP a bit late or something like that, then his Bara charge might still be up, but you get the point. And so directly after committing towards the Bara at the bottom, he ran out of mana, so he TP back home. And that's how you can see that his teammate is already out there slaying his enemies, giving him full vision of what to do. So in this point, what you have to do is just TP in and start whacking the enemy as usual. And honestly, I feel like this hero is actually pretty OP for the ranked games, as it's pretty chill. And you don't really have to force yourself to like take objectives and stuff like that, as you can just go with the flow, and if anything happens, you just TP in, as NP is such a strong global hero. Plus together with the Maelstrom farming speed and the Mjolnir. And so as the game goes on, you can see that the global strat is actually becoming more and more obvious, as you can see that the Bara can't even get his own side of the Wisdom Rune. And once again, not long after, as he's just split pushing at the bottom wave using his Triad and stuff, his Night Stalker actually found a pretty good gift. And just like that, they got a kill very easily, and you know they are best friends already. And so some of you may ask, since NP is such a strong hero everywhere, how does he actually tackle the high ground? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. You just do the same. You just wait for your teammate to go in, and then you TP in and clear the rest as well. They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower. And just like that, this rank 40 Nature's Prophet got an easy MMR in this 25 minutes game with the enemy raging as well. So make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you watched it this far and if you enjoy any of my videos. And I'll see you in the next one as I'll make more, but it's also a pretty tricky situation as Dota also changed the high rank games to be private. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in any of the heroes.